I still remember the exact shade of blue in that living room, the way afternoon light filtered through gauzy curtains, casting shadows across Aunt Catherine's perfectly arranged throw pillows, the way my mother's hands trembled as she gripped her teacup, the way my cousin Clara's patent leather shoes gleamed as she crossed and uncrossed her ankles, a smirk playing at the corners of her mouth. I'm Madison, and that was the day I learned that family could steal more than just money. They could steal your future and call it love. Madison, dear, Aunt Catherine's voice dripped honey and poison. We need to discuss your college fund. I was 17, straight-A student, early acceptance to Northwestern. The fund had been building since I was born. My father's life insurance, plus every spare dollar my mother could scrape together. $87,000, not enough for 4 years, but enough to start. What about it? I asked, though my stomach was already clenching. Well, Catherine glanced at my mother, who suddenly found her teacup fascinating. We had to make a difficult decision. Clara's opportunity at La Rosie was too good to pass up. The connections she'll make there. You understand, don't you? The room started spinning. What are you saying? I borrowed your college fund, Catherine said simply, for Clara's finishing school in Switzerland. Clara's smirk widened. She was wearing a pearl necklace I'd never seen before. Borrowed? My voice cracked. When were you planning to tell me? When were you planning to pay it back? Now, Madison, my mother finally spoke, her voice weak, your aunt has always been generous with us. Generous? I stood up so fast my knee hit the coffee table. Tea sloshed over expensive china. That money was mine, Dad's insurance. You're being hysterical, Catherine cut in sharply. This is exactly why we waited to tell you. Clara needed this opportunity. You're smart enough to get scholarships. Or student loans, Clara added helpfully. Lots of people take loans. I turned to my mother, waiting for her to defend me, to say something. Anything. She just stared at her lap. You're jealous, Catherine declared, as if diagnosing a disease. I knew you would be. Clara has certain advantages, natural grace, social intelligence, things that can't be taught in public school. I laughed then, a horrible sound that scared even me. Advantages? Like a stolen education? That's enough, Catherine stood, her face flushed. I won't be accused of theft in my own home, not by an ungrateful child who clearly needs to learn some hard lessons about life. I ran out of that house and didn't stop until my lungs were burning. Later that night, I heard my mother on the phone with Catherine. She'll get over it. Yes, you're right. Just jealousy. They were right about one thing. I did learn some hard lessons. I worked 3 jobs through community college, transferred to a state school, graduated with honours and enough debt to choke on. Every rejection, every double shift, every missed opportunity became fuel. Now, 15 years later, I'm Director of Talent Acquisition at Morton & Price, one of the top marketing firms in Chicago. My office has a view of Lake Michigan. I wear designer suits and make more in bonuses than Aunt Catherine's house is worth. And today, Karma dropped a gift in my inbox. Madison, my assistant Sarah pokes her head in, the applications for the junior executive position are ready for review. Thanks, bring them in. She places the stack on my desk. I flip through them idly until a familiar name stops my heart. Clara Simmons, the same Clara who went to La Rosie, the same Clara who's been floating between jobs at her mother's friends' companies, the same Clara who probably doesn't even remember her cousin Madison, the jealous one, the difficult one, the one who couldn't appreciate the importance of natural grace. I pick up my phone. Sarah, schedule an interview with Clara Simmons for tomorrow morning, first slot. My hand doesn't shake as I pour myself a coffee. The view from my office is particularly beautiful today. I think about that blue living room, about borrowed money that was never meant to be returned, about a mother's silence and an aunt's venom. They shouldn't have underestimated the jealous loser. They really shouldn't have. I smile as I open Clara's resume. Time to show my dear cousin exactly what public school taught me about hard lessons. Clara still walks like she owns every room she enters. I watch through my office window as she charms the receptionist, her designer handbag swinging carelessly from her elbow. 15 years, and she hasn't changed a bit. "Miss Holland," Sarah appears at my door. "Your 9 o'clock is here." Give me 2 minutes, then send her in. I adjust my posture, straighten my already straight desk items. The door opens, and there she is. Perfect blonde waves, Chanel suit, that same entitled smile. "Good morning," I say, not rising from my chair. "Please, have a seat." She settles gracefully into the chair across from me, crossing her legs at the ankle, just like that day in the blue living room. "Thank you so much for seeing me. I'm really excited about this opportunity." I let the silence stretch just a beat too long before speaking. "Tell me about your experience." "Well, I graduated from La Rosie. It's a prestigious finishing school in Switzerland, and then completed my business degree at NYU. She leans forward slightly, practiced enthusiasm in her voice. "I've held several positions in marketing and brand management." "Several positions in how many years?" Her smile flickers. "I believe in exploring different opportunities. Each role taught me something valuable." "I see." I glance at her resume. "And these references, they're all family friends?" "They're important business connections," she corrects, a edge creeping into her voice. "My mother has an extensive network." "Ah, yes, Catherine always did know how to network." I watch her face carefully. "Tell me about your biggest professional challenge." Clara launches into a clearly rehearsed story about coordinating a charity gala. I let her talk, noting how she emphasizes the guest list but skims over actual results. "Interesting," I interrupt. "And how did you handle the budget?" "The budget?" "Yes, the financial planning, cost control, ROI metrics, basic business fundamentals." She shifts in her chair. "Well, we had donors, of course, and my mother's friends were very supportive." "So you've never managed your own project budget?" I press. "Never had to make difficult financial decisions?" "I'm a quick learner," she says defensively, "and I have excellent people skills." "People skills?" I stand up and walk to my window. "Like knowing when someone's money might be better spent on your education than their own." "Excuse me?" I turn back to face her. "The position requires strong ethical judgment, Clara. How would you handle a situation where someone's resources were redistributed without their consent?" Her perfectly shaped eyebrows draw together. I'm not sure I understand the question. "No?" I sit on the edge of my desk. "Let me be more specific. If you found out someone had stolen from you, say, a college fund, what would you do?" The colour drains from her face. Slowly, recognition dawns in her eyes. "Madison?" "Hello, Clara." She stands abruptly, her composure cracking. I had no idea it was you. You look so different." Amazing what hard work can do, even without the advantage of Swiss finishing school. "That was years ago," she stammers. "I was just a teenager. Mother said that I was jealous, that I needed to learn hard lessons." I keep my voice perfectly level. "Oh, I learned them." "I didn't know it was your money," she whispers. "Mother said it was a family fund, that she had every right to steal my father's life insurance, to rob me of my education." I smile, and she takes a step back. "Sit down, Clara. The interview isn't over." She sinks back into the chair, her earlier confidence evaporated. "Now," I continue, picking up her resume, "let's talk about these impressive positions you've held, the ones your mother's friends gave you, the ones you didn't earn." "Please," she says, "I need this job. My last position, it didn't work out." "Running out of family friends to employ you?" Tears well in her eyes. "I'm not the same person I was then. I've grown up." Have you? I lean forward. Because from where I'm sitting, you're still living off other people's opportunities, still expecting things to be handed to you. What are you going to do? She asks quietly. I stand and smooth my skirt. That depends entirely on you, Clara. The position requires a 3-month probationary period. Think you can handle earning something for once? She nods quickly, desperately. Good, HR will be in touch. I open my office door. Oh, and Clara, do give my best to Catherine. Tell her the jealous loser says hello. She practically runs from my office. I watch her retreat, her perfect posture finally broken. Sarah appears with a concerned look. Everything okay? She seemed upset. Everything's perfect, I reply, sitting back at my desk. Schedule her for orientation next week, and Sarah, make sure she's assigned to Zara's team. The game is just beginning. You're playing with fire, Gavin says, swirling his whiskey. We're at Cooper's, our usual Friday spot, tucked into a corner booth, away from the after-work crowd. And you know it. I'm giving her a chance, I reply, stabbing at my salad. More than she gave me. Gavin's been my friend since college, since the days when I was juggling classes with waitressing shifts. Now he's head of HR, and probably the only person who knows the full story. A chance to what? Fail spectacularly? He leans forward. Madison, I've known you too long. This isn't about giving chances. You should see her resume. I pull out my phone, showing him the PDF. Look at these references. All Catherine's country club friends, all made-up titles and inflated responsibilities. And you're going to expose her? No. I smile. I'm going to let her expose herself. My phone buzzes. An email from our IT department. I requested access to Clara's previous employment records. What I find makes my smile widen. Remember that Goldman internship I applied for in college? The one that ghosted me after 3 interviews? Gavin nods. The one that would have paid enough for your textbooks that semester. Guess who got it instead? I turn my phone to show him. Clara, and guess who was on the hiring committee? Catherine, Gavin groans, your aunt really is something else. She didn't just take my college fund, she was actively sabotaging me. I drain my wine glass, and Clara knew. She had to have known. So what's your plan? I've assigned her to work under Zara, sweet, brilliant Zara, who worked her way up from the mailroom, who takes no shit and gives no passes. Gavin whistles low. That's cruel. That's karma. I signal for another wine. Clara's never had a real boss, never had real deadlines, never had consequences. And Zara doesn't know about your history? No one does, except you. I pause as the server brings my drink, and I'd like to keep it that way. Your secret's safe, but Madison... He reaches across the table, covers my hand with his. Don't let this consume you. I watched you fight your way up. You're better than revenge. Am I? I pull my hand away. Because some days, revenge feels like the only thing I'm good at. My phone buzzes again. Zara requesting a meeting. Perfect. I should go, I stand, gathering my things. Early meeting tomorrow? Madison, Gavin's voice stops me. Just be careful, karma works both ways. Back at my apartment, I pour through Clara's employment history. Each job lasted less than a year. Each reference leads back to Catherine's social circle. But there's something else. A pattern of projects started, but never completed, of responsibilities shifted to others. My laptop pings with a new email. From Clara. Dear Madison, I know no apology can make up for what happened, but I want you to know that I truly didn't understand the full situation then. I was young and privileged and blind. I'd like to earn your respect if you'll give me the chance. Clara, I laugh out loud, earn my respect? After 15 years of coasting on stolen opportunities? I draft my response carefully. Clara, Your performance will speak for itself. I suggest focusing on your upcoming project with Zara rather than the past. Madison. The next morning, I meet with Zara in my office. She's sharp, ambitious, everything Clara isn't. I need you to lead the Thompson account rebranding, I tell her, and I want Clara on your team. Zara raises an eyebrow. The new hire? Is she ready for something this big? That's what we're going to find out. I hand her the brief. Full creative control, just keep me updated on her progress. You're giving a rookie our biggest account? Zara looks skeptical. There's something you're not telling me. I have my reasons, I say smoothly. Consider it a test for both of you. After she leaves, I pull up my personal email. There's a message from my mother, the first in months. Catherine told me Clara's working for you now. Be professional about this, Madison. The past is the past. The past is the past. Easy for them to say when they were the ones who stole my future. I close the email without responding and pull up the Thompson brief. Clara's first real test starts tomorrow. Time to see what she's made of when Daddy's friends aren't there to catch her. My office phone rings. It's Zara again. Yes? Clara just asked if she could work remotely this week. Something about a charity event her mother's hosting. I smile. Some things never change. Tell her no. In fact, tell her she needs to be here an hour early tomorrow. We have work to do. Let the lessons begin. The client meeting is in 45 minutes, Zara announces to her team. Clara, where's the presentation? I watch through the conference room glass as Clara fumbles with her laptop. I'm just finalizing some details. Finalizing? Zara's voice carries that dangerous calm I've come to appreciate. The deck was due yesterday. I know, but I had this concept for a more innovative approach. Show me what you have. Clara projects her screen. Even from my vantage point, I can see it's mostly template slides with placeholder text. 2 weeks of work, and she's produced nothing. This is unacceptable, Zara says flatly. The Thompson account is worth millions. What exactly have you been doing? I've been networking, building relationships. That's what marketing is about, right? I step into the conference room. Is there a problem? Clara's face floods with relief. Madison, I was just explaining my relationship-focused strategy. Where's the market research? I interrupt. The competitive analysis? The actual marketing plan? She glances around desperately. I thought Zara's team would handle the technical details while I focused on the big picture. The big picture? Zara looks ready to explode. You were assigned specific deliverables with deadlines, which you've missed, all of them. I remember missing a deadline once during my waitressing days. The manager had docked my pay and made me work double shifts to make up for it. Clara's never had a double shift in her life. Perhaps, I say carefully, Clara needs a more structured approach. Zara, could you walk her through basic project management? Start with the fundamentals? Clara's face burns red. I have a business degree. Then prove it, Zara snaps, because right now all I see is someone who expects others to do her work. I leave them to it, but 20 minutes later, Zara storms into my office. This isn't working, she declares. She's incompetent, entitled, and she's going to tank this account. Give her time, I say mildly. Some people need to learn the hard way. Learn what? How to do basic work? Zara paces. Yesterday she tried to expense a $200 lunch because, and I quote, networking is part of the job. I hide my smile. How did you handle it? I made her pay it back and sent her our expense policy. Again. Zara stops pacing. Madison, what's really going on here? You're too smart to put a rookie on our biggest account without a reason. I have my reasons. Does it have anything to do with how you started? She asks quietly. Working your way up from nothing. I freeze. What do you mean? I did my research when I started here. You're kind of a legend in the company. The girl who worked as a janitor through college, who never took handouts, who earned everything she has. Zara sits down. Is this some kind of object lesson for Clara? Something like that, I admit carefully. Well, it's working. I told her your story yesterday. Hope you don't mind. The look on her face. Zara shakes her head, like she'd seen a ghost. My stomach tightens. What exactly did you tell her? Just that you worked cleaning offices while getting your degree, that you lived on ramen and determination, that you're proof that privilege isn't a prerequisite for success. Zara stands. I thought it might motivate her. Show her what real work looks like. After she leaves, I sit in silence. Clara knows now, knows exactly who she's dealing with. Part of me wants to call Zara back, tell her everything, but the professional mask stays in place. My phone buzzes, a text from Clara. Can we talk, please? My office, 5 p.m, I reply. She appears exactly at 5, looking less polished than usual. I had no idea about you working as a cleaner. No, you wouldn't have, I say coldly. You were too busy in Switzerland. Madison, Save it. Your presentation to Thompson is in 2 days. I suggest you focus on that instead of ancient history. She doesn't move. How did you do it? Work full-time and study? I didn't have a choice. Someone stole my choices, remember? She flinches. I want to make it right. Then do your job. Actually do it. No shortcuts, no excuses, no running to Mommy's friends when things get hard. After she leaves, I pull up my own presentation from the archives, the one I created while working night shifts, the one that got me my first promotion. I send it to Zara with a note, show her what good looks like, then make her do better. Sometimes the best revenge is forcing someone to earn what they thought they deserved all along. My phone buzzes again, Aunt Catherine's number. I silence it without answering. Let her wonder. Let her worry. The game is changing, but I'm still dealing the cards. The Thompson presentation is a disaster. Clara stumbles through half-baked concepts while our biggest client checks their phones. I watch from the back of the room, letting her sink. Sometimes drowning is the only way to learn how to swim. Thank you for your unique perspective, Thompson's CEO says when she finally finishes. We'll be in touch. Everyone knows what that means. As the client files out, Clara stands frozen at the podium, her hands shaking. Zara shoots me a look that clearly says, I told you so. I'm about to leave when Clara's voice cuts through the emptying room. This is cruel, even for you. Excuse me. I turn slowly. You set me up to fail. Her voice rises. You put me on this account knowing I wasn't ready, because you wanted revenge. Revenge? I laugh. Clara, this is just business. Real business, not the kind your mother's friends pretend to do. Stop it! She slams her laptop shut. I know what you're doing, making me look incompetent, humiliating me in front of clients. You did that all by yourself, I interrupt. I gave you a chance to prove yourself. You proved exactly what I expected, because you wanted me to fail. No, because you never learned to succeed. I step closer. Because everything in your life has been handed to you, including my future. The conference room door opens. Zara stands there, eyes wide. I should come back. No, stay, Clara says bitterly. You should hear this. Did you know your boss is only torturing me because my mother used my college fund for my education? Your college fund? I feel something snap inside me. It wasn't yours. It was mine. My father's life insurance, every penny my mother saved. While your mother was buying you designer clothes, mine was working double shifts to build that fund. Zara gasps softly. Clara's face goes pale. But that's not even the worst part, I continue, ice in my voice. The worst part was how you all treated me afterward. like I was crazy for being upset, like I was jealous for wanting what was rightfully mine. I didn't know, Clara whispers. Mother said it was family money, that she had permission. Permission from who? My dead father, my spineless mother. Madison, Zara steps forward. Maybe we should take a break. No. Clara straightens her spine. Let her finish. Let her tell everyone how she's been plotting her revenge all these years, how she hired me just to watch me fail. You think this is about watching you fail? I laugh again, harder this time. Clara, I hired you because I wanted you to finally earn something, to feel what it's like to work for your success instead of having it handed to you. That's not fair. I worked. You've never worked a day in your life. My voice echoes off the glass walls. You've coasted on stolen opportunities and family connections. Well, guess what? In this office, your mother's country club friends can't save you. Clara's phone buzzes. She glances at it, and something changes in her expression. Speaking of mother, she answers, putting it on speaker. Mother, I'm with Madison right now. Clara, darling, Catherine's voice fills the room. I just heard from the Thompsons. What is that cousin of yours playing at? Tell her, Madison, Clara says quietly. Tell her what you're playing at. But I'm frozen, hearing that voice again. That honey-coated, manipulative voice that ruined my life. Hello, Catherine, I manage. A pause. Madison? Well, this is unexpected. I trust you're treating my daughter professionally. As professionally as you treated me when you stole my future. Oh, darling, still holding on to that. It was for the best. Look how well you turned out. Character building, really. Character building? My voice shakes. Is that what we're calling theft now? It wasn't theft, Catherine says smoothly. Your mother agreed it was the right decision. She signed the papers herself. The room starts spinning. What papers? The transfer documents, of course. She signed over the entire fund, said you needed to learn self-reliance. A cruel laugh. I suppose she was right. I look at Clara, at Zara, at my perfectly ordered world crumbling around me. My mother didn't just stay silent. She actively participated in my destruction. Madison? Zara touches my arm. Are you okay? I'm not okay. I'm 17 again, watching my future disappear in a blue living room. But this time, the betrayal cuts deeper. Thank you, Catherine, I say coldly. You've been very informative. I end the call and turn to Clara. Congratulations, you're fired. Madison, get out, both of you. Alone in the conference room, I stare at my reflection in the darkened windows. I thought I was orchestrating the perfect revenge. Instead, I've uncovered an even darker truth. My phone buzzes. A text from my mother. Catherine called. We should talk. Yes, I think we absolutely should. My mother's house looks exactly the same. Same faded curtains, same worn welcome mat, same careful poverty that came after my father died. I stand at the door, key in hand, wondering how many extra shifts she worked to build that fund she so easily signed away. Madison? She opens the door before I can knock. I was hoping you'd come. Were you? I step past her into the house. Like you hoped I'd understand when you gave away my college fund? She sighs, following me to the kitchen. It's not that simple. Then explain it to me. I turn to face her. Explain why you signed those papers, why you let Catherine steal my future. I didn't. She busies herself making tea, hands shaking just like that day in Catherine's living room. Your aunt can be very persuasive. Persuasive enough to make you betray your own daughter. The teacup clatters against the saucer. I thought I was helping you. Catherine said you needed to learn independence, that you were too soft, too sheltered. Sheltered? I laugh harshly. I was working part-time jobs since I was 14. while Clara was getting manicures and shopping sprees. That's exactly why. She turns to me, eyes bright with tears. You were so responsible, so capable. Catherine said Clara needed the advantages more than you did, that you would find a way, that you were stronger. Stop. My voice cuts through her excuses. Just stop. You didn't do this to make me stronger. You did it because you were weak. She flinches. Madison, you let Catherine manipulate you, just like always. You chose her daughter over your own. And then you lied about it for 15 years. I was trying to protect you. From what? Success, opportunities, a future without crushing debt. She sinks into a kitchen chair. From becoming like Clara, entitled, dependent, soft. Well, congratulations. I sit across from her. I'm none of those things. I'm hard as nails. I'm successful. I'm everything you and Catherine said I needed to be. Happy? Are you? She asked quietly. Are you happy, Madison? The question hits me like a slap. I'm surviving, no thanks to you. Catherine called me yesterday, she says, staring into her tea. Said you hired Clara just to torture her. Is that true? I hired her to teach her a lesson, the same lesson you and Catherine decided I needed to learn. And did it help? Did hurting her heal anything? I stand up abruptly. Don't you dare lecture me about hurting people. You and Catherine destroyed my life and called it character building. At least I'm honest about my revenge. You're right. Her voice is barely a whisper. I was weak. I let Catherine convince me it was for the best. I've regretted it every day since. Regret doesn't pay student loans, I snap. It doesn't erase years of struggling, of feeling betrayed by my own mother. No, she agrees, it doesn't. But Madison, don't let this make you like them. Don't let bitterness eat away everything good in you. Everything good in me? I laugh again, that same horrible sound from 15 years ago. You and Catherine killed everything good in me that day. You taught me that family means nothing, that trust is for fools, that the only person I can count on is myself. She starts crying then, silent tears rolling down her cheeks. I'm so sorry. I know it's not enough, but I am so sorry. Keep your apology. I grab my purse. I didn't come here for that. I came to tell you that I know the truth now, all of it, and I'm done with both you and Catherine. Please, she stands reaching for me. Don't go like this. We can fix this. Fix it? I pull away. Some things can't be fixed, Mum. You taught me that too. My phone buzzes. A text from Gavin. Clara's lawyer called. Wrongful termination suit. Need to talk ASAP. Perfect. Just perfect. I have to go. I tell my mother. Work emergency. Madison, wait. She hurries to a drawer, pulls out an envelope. I've been saving. It's not much, but maybe it can start to make things right. I don't take it. Keep your money. I stopped needing your help a long time ago. The drive back to my office is a blur. My phone keeps buzzing. Gavin, Zara, unknown numbers that are probably Clara's lawyers. I ignore them all. In my office, I pull up Clara's termination paperwork. Everything's documented. Her missed deadlines, failed presentation, unprofessional behaviour. I've played this perfectly legal, perfectly cruel, just like Catherine taught me. I catch my reflection in the window, and for a moment I see her there. That same calculated smile, that same cold efficiency. My mother's question echoes. Are you happy, Madison? I close my laptop. No, I'm not happy, but I'm not done either. Time to end this. Once and for all. You want to do what? Gavin stares at me like I've lost my mind. Reinstate her, I repeat, but not in her previous role, entry level, administrative assistant. Let her earn her way up. And the lawsuit? She'll drop it. I hand him my phone, showing Clara's latest message. I don't want to fight. I just want a chance to prove myself. Madison, Gavin leans forward across his desk. Are you sure about this? No, I admit, but I'm sure about one thing. I don't want to become Catherine. The company's annual conference is next week. I'm scheduled to give the keynote speech about leadership and success. Perfect timing. Clara accepts the offer. She shows up Monday morning in a simple black dress, no designer labels in sight. I watch from my office as Zara shows her to a tiny cubicle outside the executive suite. "Your first task," I hear Zara say, "is organising the conference materials. Every packet needs to be perfect." The week passes. Clara works late every night, double-checking spreadsheets, correcting formatting errors. No complaints, no calls to mommy. I pretend not to notice. Conference day arrives. The ballroom is packed with industry leaders, including the Thompson team. Clara sits in the back, barely visible behind a pillar. I take the stage. "Success," I begin, "is a funny thing. We think we know what it looks like. Designer suits, corner offices, Swiss finishing schools." A ripple of laughter. "But true success isn't about what's handed to you. It's about what you earn." I see Clara shift in her seat. 15 years ago, I was cleaning offices at night to pay for college. My education fund had been redistributed. Family decisions, they called it. Character building. The room goes quiet. I learned some hard lessons about trust, about family, about the difference between being given something and earning it. I pause, finding Clara's eyes in the crowd. But the hardest lesson was this: revenge might feel like justice, but it turns you into exactly what you're fighting against. Catherine's words echo in my head. "Look how well you turned out." Success isn't about destroying others to lift yourself up. It's about rising above what was done to you, about being better than those who hurt you. My voice carries across the silent room. Sometimes the biggest victory is choosing not to become what made you suffer. After the speech, people crowd around, sharing their own stories of struggle and redemption. I notice Clara slip out a side door. Later, at the reception, she finds me by the bar. "Thank you," she says quietly, "for not destroying me publicly." "Karma didn't need help with that." She smiles slightly. "No, it didn't." She takes a deep breath. "I called Mother yesterday, told her I'm not accepting her help anymore, that I need to do this on my own." And, she cried, said I was being dramatic, that I was throwing away my advantages. Clara sips her water. "Funny thing is, for the first time in my life, I feel like I might actually have an advantage, seeing clearly what I don't want to become." Zara appears beside us. "Clara, the Thompson team wants to see the new proposal drafts." "On it," Clara nods, turning to go. She pauses. "Madison, I know it doesn't fix anything, but I truly am sorry for everything." I watch her hurry off, manila folders clutched to her chest, no designer handbag in sight. "She's different," Zara observes, "actually doing the work, learning." "Sometimes the best revenge is forcing someone to grow up," I reply. My phone buzzes. "Catherine," I answer it this time. "That was quite a speech," she says. "Very dramatic, very public." Truth often is. "Clara tells me she's working as a secretary now, after all we did to give her advantages." "No," I cut her off, "after all you stole to give her advantages. There's a difference." "You're just like your mother," she sneers. "So self-righteous." "Actually," I smile into the phone, "I'm nothing like her. Or you, and that's the best revenge of all." I hang up as Fernando, our CEO, approaches. "Brilliant speech," he says. "The Thompson team was impressed. They're staying with us. Want to work directly with you on their rebranding." "Thank you, but I'd like to suggest a joint lead on the account. Me and Zara." He raises an eyebrow. "And Clara?" I watch her across the room, earnestly explaining something to a client. "She'll earn her way up, the right way this time." Later, alone in my office, I find a note on my desk. In Clara's handwriting, "You could have destroyed me. Instead, you forced me to grow. I'm learning that's the harder path, for both of us. Thank you for choosing it. I pin it to my wall, a reminder that sometimes the best revenge isn't revenge at all, it's growth. The envelope from my mother sits unopened on my desk. 3 weeks since our confrontation, and I still can't bring myself to open it. You should read it, Gavin says, leaning against my office doorframe. Whatever it is, it can't be worse than imagining. Want to bet? But I pick up the envelope anyway. Inside is a letter and a cheque. The cheque makes my heart stop. $87,000. Exactly the amount Catherine took. The letter is short. I've been saving since that day. Every extra shift, every bonus, every penny I could spare. It's not enough to erase what I did, but maybe it's enough to start healing. I miss my daughter. Mum. My hands shake as I dial her number. Madison? She answers on the first ring. I wasn't sure you'd call. The money, my voice cracks. How did you? I picked up night shifts at the hospital, worked holidays, did what you had to do back then. She pauses. I know it's too late, but I needed you to know I never stopped trying to make it right. Something breaks inside me. Not like before, not shattering, but softening. Have dinner with me, I say suddenly. Tonight. We meet at the diner where I used to work during college. She's already there, looking smaller than I remember. I can't accept this. I slide the cheque across the table. Please, she pushes it back. Let me do this one thing right. Mom, I take a deep breath. You working yourself to death doesn't fix what happened. No, she agrees, but maybe it shows you I finally understand what I did wrong. The waitress brings coffee. My mother stirs hers endlessly, just like she used to. Catherine called again, she says. Wanted me to talk to you about Clara. And I told her to leave you alone, that she'd done enough damage. She looks up. I should have said that 15 years ago. Before I can respond, the diner door chimes. Clara walks in, stops short when she sees us. I'm sorry, she starts to back away. I didn't know. Stay, I surprise myself saying. Please. She slides into our booth, looking between us uncertainly. How's the admin work? I ask. Humbling, she admits, but good. Zara's tough but fair. I'm learning more than I ever did in Switzerland. My mother watches us, tears in her eyes. You two were so close once, before money poisoned everything, Clara finishes. She pulls something from her bag, an old photo. 3 smiling girls at a beach, me, Clara, and Clara's sister. Found this while cleaning out Mother's study. I remember that day, before college funds and finishing schools, before betrayal became a family tradition. I got accepted to teaching certification, Clara says quietly, starting next semester. No family connections, no borrowed opportunities, just me. Teaching? My mother looks surprised. What does Catherine think? She doesn't know, and for the first time, I don't care. Clara straightens. I'm done living her version of success. I think about the cheque in my purse, about 15 years of anger, about how revenge didn't feel half as good as watching Clara grow up at last. Keep the money, I tell my mother. Put it in a scholarship fund for students who have to clean offices to get through college. Madison, I mean it. I reach for her hand. I don't need it anymore. I built my own success. Let it help someone else do the same. Clara stands abruptly. I should go. Zara wants the quarterly reports by morning. As she leaves, my mother squeezes my hand. You did that. You showed her a better way. Maybe we all needed a better way. Back in my office that night, I find a post-it on my computer. Clara's handwriting. Thank you for making me earn my place, even if I hated you for it. I smile, adding it to her other note on my wall. My phone buzzes. Catherine. This time, I block the number. The city lights twinkle beyond my window. Somewhere out there, Clara's probably still working on those reports. My mother's probably planning that scholarship fund. And me? I'm sitting in an office I earned, surrounded by success I built, finally free of the weight of revenge. I never got my money back, just my power. And something else. Something better than revenge or justice or even success. I got to choose who I became. And I chose not to become Catherine. I chose to become myself instead. That's worth more than $87,000. That's worth everything.